Keeping children safe on the internet can be a difficult task. To some, this means making a list of kids-safe websites and making sure that their children visit only these sites when they are online. This is certainly a solution to many of the problems children might run into on the internet, but it's very limiting in what it will allow a child to do. The real questions are, how can parents identify when a website is child-safe, and how can they make sure their children only visit sites with appropriate material? First, it is important to understand that no solution is going to work 100% of the time, and that despite all precautions, it is possible children might find themselves on an inappropriate website. It is because of this that there is simply no substitute for parental supervision. What we will do here is offer up the best protection this side of constant monitoring on the part of the parent. The first thing we need to do is make the computer itself as safe as possible. This can be done with various software suites designed to control or block content. NetNanny is often referred to as the industry leader in internet protection solutions. The software currently serves customers such as the U.S. government, many educational facilities, and corporate entities all over the world. The software itself is designed to tailor protection to specific user profiles, monitor social media, create reports and send alerts, monitor instant messaging, set time limits on internet usage, block pornography, censor profanity, and block the usage of inappropriate video games. With this powerful filter in place, the child's computer is certainly a safer place to learn and play, and with the added benefit of instant message and social media monitoring, it becomes easier to see who your child is speaking with online. This makes it easier to identify dangerous situations such as cyberbullying early on. NetNanny can do a great job protecting a child on the internet, but there are additional steps that can make it even safer. KidRex is a search engine designed specifically for kids. Searches made on this engine tend to favor kid-related web pages in their results, and KidRex uses Google's Safe Search technology. Safe Search filters sites with explicit sexual content and removes them from the search results. This technology checks phrases, keywords, and URLs. Again, this filter will never be 100% accurate, but between it and NetNanny, pornography and other inappropriate material will find it next to impossible to get through. KidRex keeps its own database of websites that would be inappropriate for children, which is updated constantly and tested daily. So now you have a content filter on the computer and a search engine that actively filters malicious content. That's two very powerful shields content must go through before it ends up on your child's computer. Is there anything else you can do? Educate your child on appropriate internet behavior. Have a discussion on what the internet is, as children will assume that all this information is simply on the home computer. They have no idea that the requests for information are actually going all over the world and coming back. Show them how to use the internet. Sit down and do searches with them and help them narrow down what they're looking for. This will accelerate the education process, avoid unnecessary frustration, and also learn more about what your child is interested in. It's difficult for adults to find what they're looking for on the internet at times, so you can imagine how difficult it would be for a young child. This initial education will also help avoid dangerous mistakes that could lead to not only offensive material, but malware or identity theft. Although it can be a difficult discussion, it's important to talk to kids about internet predators as early as possible. This conversation is as important as teaching your child not to speak with strangers or walk somewhere with someone that they don't know. Make sure they understand that just because someone online says that they're another kid, doesn't mean that that is so. Adults pose as children online all the time to win the trust of other children and trick information out of them. Kids should know that anyone online is a stranger unless you know them offline, and even then, be very careful in confirming their identity. Make your child aware that some information should never be shared online. Never reveal their name, date of birth, phone number, address, the name of their school, or their schedule. It is obvious to an adult that the above information should never be shared online, but to a child this information may seem unimportant. Keeping this information secret should be discussed long before the child ever gets online. One of the safest ways to protect children online is to limit their access to only a few pre-approved sites. Below is a list of kid-friendly sites for you to look over and decide if they're what your child would enjoy.